Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the next adventure. Many of you know that I live full-time out of this teardrop camper that I'm sitting in, and since it's been a while, I'll figure I'll show you around and show you what I have going on because I've changed it up a little bit. I haven't changed it up too terribly much, but you can see that I took the air conditioner out and I just keep my battery packs in there right now. And as far as the camper, it's pretty much the same. I haven't done a whole lot to it. It's upgraded my water container. That's the main change. Been following me for a long period of time. You've seen this before on one of my hunting trips. So today it's gonna break about 30 degrees, so I'm super happy to have this now. You can probably also hear it's super windy, so I'm kind of hiding around, trying to block myself from the wind. The reason why I went and picked this up is the reason you're probably thinking. Being out here in the winter time, this is so much nicer to have because I can cut wood with my chainsaw that's tucked under there. Most of the places I've been going, there's plenty of wood. I haven't had any problems finding any. You can see the mountain off in the distance and Copper out having a good time. So the one direction I don't want the wind to come from, that's where it's coming from today. So we're getting beat up a little bit with wind, but the tent's holding up strong, so I can't complain. So let's go ahead and have a look inside. So I found out this tent is actually built in 1980 was the manufacture date. The tent is a US military and it has the winter liner in, so it stays nice and cozy. I do have a fire going in the wood stove right now. The wood stove's just a cheap one I got on Amazon years ago. The old FJ is still running good. It's just had a battery problem lately where I've been killing the battery and I'm trying to pinpoint what's going on, but I don't know yet. I'll figure it out though. I did have my OBD2 reader hooked in there and it does draw power. I didn't think it would draw that much, but that could have been a cause. So I took that out. So hopefully we don't get stranded because my jumper pack that I've been using when the battery dies is no longer taking a charge, so I have no idea how many times this thing will actually keep jumping. One big update, got a 30-gallon propane tank for the heat in the camper, and so far this winter I've only had to fill that up twice, and I've been in some cold places. I've been down below 0 degrees. Matter of fact, last night here was 17 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't have moisture problems here like I typically do when I get in a place that cold because, well, I'm assuming because the relative humidity around here is like 15%. So there's no humidity in the air. And I can tell I wake up with a sore throat pretty much every day. You can see my little tent here. It's tipped over. This is where I take a shower. This is probably the windiest it's been since I've been here, so this fell over. I use that Geyser Shower system. It's been working for me super well. And it uses very little water, which is awesome because right now I have to hike about a 1.5 mile round trip to get water back to camp. I guess I could drive halfway there, but yeah, what's the fun in that? You can see the trees around me and you can see the sun is shining right now. And to get solar power is a real pain. Typically when it's not windy, I walk out there and I put up my solar panel with the battery. Recently it's kind of been hard to do that because the weather kind of took a turn for the worst. So I've just been using this Ryobi Generator. It's 1,000 watt. Surprisingly, it works really well. Just like my Ryobi chainsaw, after I took apart the carburetor and I made the tuning needles where I can actually tune them because I wanted some special tool. So I took it apart and I just cut grooves in there for a flathead with my Dremel tool. So now I can tune it and it runs fantastic. This thing just always runs good. Matter of fact, let's see how many pulls it'll take. So turn that on. Turn on the choke. I don't know if I need to run it today. I haven't looked at my batteries, but I don't know if I can do this without holding it, but we'll try. Oh, nope. Let's do this. Maybe. What are you guessing? I'm thinking it's gonna take 3 pulls. Here we go. Well, that was good. Only being about 30 degrees out today, 17 degrees out last night, and I kept it outside. It only took 1 pull. This thing's an awesome little thing. It doesn't pull a ton of power. It is only 1,000 watt, but I basically use it as a gasoline electric generator. So all I do with it is charge my other battery bank. So then I just run this, charge those batteries. They last me a few days, and then when it dies, run it again. Typically I will use solar. That's my go-to, but right now, this is kind of the easiest way to go. And the generator charges these through those outlets there, but if you recall in one of my videos, I put in that switch so I can run the battery inside, and I have to make sure that that switch is turned off and the Jackery has no power going to it because I have no idea what would happen if I put power to it with it on because it's going to try to feed back power into the Jackery cigarette lighter port, I guess you want to call it, the 12 volt. And I don't know what that would do. So I got to make sure I'm careful about that. And I haven't messed it up yet. Being as we have it running, it's warmed up. I'll let you hear what it sounds like when I plug it in. And contact. See, it's not too bad. It still drives me nuts though. We'll walk over here and see if we can hear it. But when I'm by camp, it drives me crazy because it just runs for a couple hours to even get anything charged. So I've been in this area for a week and a half now. I'm gonna be leaving Sunday. So Saturday I'm gonna pack up. And I have a destination I think I'm gonna go on Sunday, which is gonna be some lava caves, I think. So that should be pretty cool. So we're not that far. We're kind of next to the road here and you can hardly hear it. So it's not too terribly loud. So not a whole lot's changed. I'm still out here doing my thing, just a little bit colder. And that's why I gotta have the wood stove. Copper, still copper, just running around. But that's pretty much it with the whole setup. So there's not anything too crazy different. I did purge a lot of things in the FJ when I was at my brother's house for that period of time. So that's super nice. Now I have a lot more extra room where I can carry that tent. The tent actually packs down pretty big. Once I make it back to my brother's house, I'll leave it there because I won't need it for the summertime. And on that note, that's basically, I just wanted to show you a quick update on how I've been living in the past few months. So I appreciate you sticking with me and I'll see you again real soon. On to the next adventure.